Let's make a fully wooden DIY fingerboard vert ramp, based off the shape of this LC board's half pipe, but with a very extended vert transition. We're gonna need 3 wooden transition pieces. And with the first one traced on, it was time to cut it out. These are one of my favorite ramps to ride, so I'm excited to try making one. And with the first transition piece cut out, I could tell I was happy with the shape. So I traced the 2 other pieces onto the board and continued cutting everything out. I got them all equally cut and sanded down, and these 3 transitions were ready to go. But now I needed some framing studs to hold it all together. So I chopped up this board until I had what I needed. Now we can attach everything together. I started by wood gluing all the studs into place and clamping it to hold everything tight. The glue was kind of hard, so I tried out some nails on the other side. I was pretty happy with the sturdy results. Then I glued both sections of the ramp together, and I think this thing is going to be super big, so stay tuned for part 2. Join me as I finish building this giant fingerboard vert ramp. First I'm going to take some measurements so I can determine how big the veneer needs to be that I'm going to lay down to make the transition of the ramp. I'm going to do 2 cross-cut layers, as well as add some real metal coping. But first I need a little shine with some silver spray paint. Then I prep the ramp by putting down a whole bunch of wood glue, so I could lay down the first piece of veneer. I thought it was going to be super hard to get the veneer to take shape of the ramp, but to my surprise it folded in super nicely with the help of some weights. I was pretty excited how it looked with this first piece, but it definitely needed another, so I got it ready to lay down the second. This will make it super sturdy. Now I'm going to let it all dry for a while and move on to cutting out the deck pieces. I got all 4 of them cut out and then took off the clamp so I could see how everything dried up. Now I just had to glue in the 4 deck pieces and then cut veneer that would eventually go over the top of them. And once both pieces are on, it's going to be ready to shred, but we're going to have to wait till the next video. Once the top deck of veneer was dry, I pulled it off to inspect the whole ramp. And aside from a couple bubbles, I was stoked on how it came out. So I added a little LC sticker decoration and prepared to start riding this thing. Here it is compared to an average tech deck vert ramp, so you can see just how much bigger it is.